So with all of that, there's one final feature that I would like to show you, and I think this is the most powerful thing that will change the way that users interact with these processes. The biggest concern that I've always seen with processes and secondary tasks is when somebody has something due, how will they get notified? And how do you keep them basically accountable to keep up with the tasks that they have been assigned? These tools now, this advanced analytics, we have this one tab called email active. Okay, and this one's for the audit process, so it says email active audit. This table report brings in all of the currently open or currently assigned tasks, secondary tasks, and process tasks with the owner that it's currently assigned to. It tells us what process it's associated with and a couple of information like audit lead, title, what the task name is, task description, process days open, how many days the task has been open, what the task due date is, and how many days overdue that task currently is. So from here, I would like to send an email to all of the owners who currently have a secondary or a process task assigned that is due, okay, within 90 days. So these little tabs up here, I can change these to say, if it's coming due within 30 days, send them, or coming due within 90 days, send it, okay? And we have the option to escalate to their manager. So because in SOLABS, we have the ability to map who the manager is of each user, we can choose to send to the manager of the person who's owning this task to let the manager know, hey, one of your employees has tasks that are 7 days until they're overdue. Again, you can change these limits if you guys would like to. And we have this admit email up here in case there's an issue with anybody, say a missing email or some sort of issue with trying to send that email directly to the owner or the manager. This admin email will basically get an email summarizing all that information. So I'm going to quickly do this for you guys, but I'm telling you that this has changed the lives of some of the previous clients I've worked with, because this allows managers who are owning the audit process to finally take control and say, hey, everybody who has a task, you have something due, it's upcoming, and if you're tired of chasing them down all the time, we can use the escalation feature to send the email directly to their manager so that people are aware and accountable. So what I'm going to do here is you just double click here, okay, this little cell here, you double click. There's only two options. You can either check this to send escalation emails to managers, and you can clear all filters before sending. So if you've done some filtering, you could click this and it'll take all the filters off before this macro executes. So we're going to say send escalation emails to managers. We don't have any filters applied, so we'll just leave that unchecked. We'll click continue. And then you sit back and you let this thing start sending the emails to the owners. So I don't have these things sending them directly because I don't want to bother all of our fellow workmates, okay? But if you're going to be working with this on your side, these emails will go automatically to all of these owners instead of them being displayed as you're seeing here. So I'm going to show you guys once this is done, just an example of a couple of these emails, just so you can get a sense as to how powerful this tool really is. So if I jump back to my worksheet, it'll say, oh, success, all emails sent successfully. There were 7 emails sent. So let's go take a look at one of the emails. So Donald Barnes, okay, actually we'll go to yours, Etienne. Sure. So Etienne, you have actually 3 tasks that are due. So your first one is this process task, okay? You're actually assigned to the audit activities process task, and it's 464 days overdue. You have a secondary task, this one here, that's coming up within a month. So in 39 days, it's going to become overdue. And you have another secondary task here that's coming up due in 70 days. So you get an email at the end that says SOLABS QM10, Etienne Langlois, your active audit tasks, overdue and upcoming in 90 days. So instead of you having at the end to go into SOLABS every day to check whether you have something coming or overdue, you might get an email from the owner of the audit process task who's decided to execute this feature. So I'll go and check even say Maltine here. This was another owner. So she has a process task, audit closure, overdue, 44 days, and she has an upcoming secondary task due within 39 days. And now let's go check one of these escalation emails. So this one was sent to me. So these two employees would report to me, for example. So Christina and Donald. So I get an email that says QM10 escalation, active audit tasks, upcoming and overdue in 7 days. It tells me who the owner is, what task they're assigned to, how many days overdue it is, and it breaks it down into each one of my employees that reports to me. So I can quickly go at, instead of somebody operating the audit process, instead of them having to go and chase these people down, the managers can get involved in case we start getting into escalation periods where these things are coming due to, say, a rush due to Health Canada coming or some sort of governing authority that requires these audits to get completed. And finally, I'll just show you administration email. So like I said, if there's any issues with the emailing, you can see here Alan River and Christina Sanders. They don't actually have any email registered in QM10 right now. So instead of these just being sent out and then having no idea as to how to fix it, well, the owner, who is me, I can now go in and say, okay, Alan River, I'll go and assign a new email in SOLABS QM10. Christina, I'll go and assign an email. Tomorrow, when the report gets run and redeployed to SharePoint, now this issue will be fixed, and we can use that email active audits to send those emails directly to the owners now. Same thing with any of the escalations. So this is another email that the administrator would get in case there's issues with missing manager emails. So there's two managers, Jennifer Beckett and Presley Perkins, who don't have emails registered. So that escalation feature couldn't be sent to them. So again, an easy fix. I would go into SOLABS. I'd assign an email to Jennifer Beckett, an email to Presley. Tomorrow when the report runs, I would download it. I can execute this email active audits tool, this email active audits feature, and then those emails will be sent successfully. So I hope that this kind of is as wow feature as I see this. I don't know of many tools or analytics that allow users to do this in terms of accountability. So I really hope that as time moves on, people can start using this, start appreciating the power of this to make sure that not only is the owner of the audit process accountable, but the people who are assigned direct tasks within that are taking care of the actions and not having, say, possibly the excuse of say, oh, well, I never went into SOLABS to check, so, I never saw that it was there. We can use this tool to make sure that everybody's aware of kind of what's happening.